Hey, I'm JP,
And I'm Ruby.
and we're excited here today to tell you a little bit more about making stop motion animation videos. So if you watched our last video, you would have learned that you really don't need a lot of different things to make a stop motion animation video at home. You just need your smartphone, maybe a stack of books to put the smartphone on, some tape, maybe a clicker, maybe not, and then the stop motion animation studio app, and your imagination and an object to animate. So just to back up and remind you, stop motion animation is just a series of photographs that are stitched together. Much like when you watch a movie or a video, these are just a series of frames that are stitched together. Now, motion pictures are typically 24 frames a second. So that means that there's 1,440 frames in 1 minute. Now, we're not gonna make 1,000 or even maybe 20 frames in a second, but we'll do just enough, and you'll want to play around with how much movement and the speed of your frames in order to make a video or make an object look like it's moving smoothly. Today, we're going to teach you how to animate. Now, again, we're not experts in this. We're learning here with you, so bear with us. We're not claiming to be experts. We're sort of learning alongside. So first, make sure you have your smartphone, you have a good setup, a place that has good light, space to move around, and an area that you can leave the project there since it might take some time. You'll want to download the stop motion animation app, which Ruby has there. Can you show us that app, Ruby?
Yes.
You can see Ruby's got a few videos that she's already made there, and there's a plus symbol there. The plus symbol is very simply how you create a new movie. So to animate, what you'll want to do is take an object and get it all set up. You'll go ahead and hit that plus to create a new movie, and then you'll go ahead and tap the camera record button, and then ever so slightly move the object, and then tap the record button again and tap the object and move the object again. When you were recording one of yours, I remember something happened, Ruby.
So my brother stuck his hand in and I didn't even notice. So later you can like see his hand in for like 5 frames and then like move out and stuff. So it's funny.
Exactly, it is funny, but if you want to have a really clear image without those choppy moments of a hand going in and out, you'll want to be sure that you're only recording when the object is being recorded and not have your hand coming in and out. So the first thing we want to get you accustomed to is doing a very simple exercise called Animate by Subtraction. So Ruby, you gave this a try. Can you tell us what that was like? What's Animate by Subtraction?
So you take like a plate or like a dish of any sort of like substance. You can use like beans, dirt, like sawdust. You take something away and you like draw something. It's basically like removing it and then putting it back later.
Exactly, yeah. So Animate by Subtraction is a really good exercise, especially for younger kids. I've even seen toddlers as young as 4 or 5 years old be able to do this. So like Ruby said, you'll want to put some kind of object or material on a plate. So this is going to be a bird's eye setup. So you'll want to set your camera up on top of maybe a bookshelf or any other places where you might be able to put your camera, Ruby?
I put mine on top of like 4 books and then put another book on top of it for when I didn't have a tripod.
Perfect, yeah. And then a really easy object is to put a plate down, and then you can coat that plate and then just slowly take your finger and trace it through it. So you're actually removing the objects, animating by subtraction, and you can make a little smiley face. So take a look at what we did here. It was a lot of fun. It was very easy, and give it a try. Okay, great. So the next thing we want to teach you about is animating by 2 dimension. So what is 2D, Ruby?
It's like if you write something on a piece of paper or draw something. 3D is when you have like something made out of clay or stuffed animals or something like that.
Exactly. So you've got some stuffed animals behind you. That would be an example of animating 3D objects. 2D is just like you said, it's flat or 2-dimensional objects. The introduction to this video was a 2D animation that Ruby made. She simply wrote out the words how to make a stop motion animation video, and then she moved those words into place. And that's typically done, again, from a bird's eye view. So you have the different objects down on a table, on a flat table, and you move them around. So you could create your own little movie, little characters. It's very easy to do. If you were to do it up against a wall, you would need those objects to be sticky. So felt works well if you have felt, or you could put like a little sticky on the back of it, but it's just as easy to do bird's eye view. So animation with 2D objects is a lot of fun. It's also a great way to make an introduction video or to just animate words. So look around your house. You might have some old magazines. You just grab what you want and give it a try.